Hello everyone. Welcome back to Learn English by Reading. Today, we have a more powerful story for you. The title of our story is about the mother who kept yelling at her child until she learned this. There was a night a mother sat alone on the edge of her bed after shouting at her son. The house was finally quiet. His toys were scattered across the floor. The television was still on in the living room. And from down the hallway, she could hear the soft sound of her child crying himself to sleep. She covered her face with her hands and whispered to herself, "Why is this so hard?" She loved her child more than anything in this world. She worked hard for him, prayed for him, sacrificed for him, but every day felt like another battle. Every morning started with stress. Wake up, brush your teeth, wear your uniform, drop the tablet, hurry up, listen to me. And somehow before 8 a.m., everyone in the house was already frustrated. At first, she thought maybe her child was just stubborn. But then came the tantrums, the screaming, the refusal to listen, the bedtime fights, the homework arguments, the emotional exhaustion, and the guilt that followed every moment she lost her patience. She kept asking herself, "Am I failing as a parent?" What she didn't know was that millions of parents secretly ask themselves the same question every single day. Because nobody really prepares you for parenting. Nobody teaches you what to do when your child refuses to listen. Nobody explains why children melt down over small things. Nobody tells parents how emotionally draining it can feel trying to raise children while also handling work, stress, bills, responsibilities, and life itself. Then one night something changed. She came across a simple idea that completely shifted the way she saw parenting. The idea was this: children are not giving adults a hard time many times. Children are simply having a hard time. That sentence stayed in her mind. For the first time, she stopped looking at her child as difficult and started realizing her child was still learning. Learning how to control emotions, learning how to communicate frustration, learning how to wait, learning how to handle disappointment, learning how to become human, because children are still developing emotionally and mentally. And suddenly everything began to make sense. She realized parenting was never supposed to be just reacting to bad behavior. It was about understanding what was happening underneath the behavior. That understanding slowly changed the atmosphere of her home. She learned how to discipline without constant yelling. She learned healthier ways to manage screen time. She learned how to respond calmly during tantrums. She learned how to help her child listen better without fear and intimidation. And most importantly, she stopped trying to become a perfect parent. She started becoming a more intentional one. That is why this book was written. 10 parenting problems most parents face and practical solutions to overcome them. Because parenting is hard, and many parents are silently struggling with the same problems. Screen time battles, sibling rivalry, bedtime stress, homework frustration, tantrums, peer pressure, emotional disconnection. This book does not judge parents. It guides them with practical solutions, simple understanding, and real-life parenting help that parents can actually apply in everyday life. Because sometimes one small shift in understanding can completely change a home. Your child is learning, and as a parent you are learning too. Get your copy today.